Grand Admiral Silthak of the Harvester Swarm was having the worst day of his 10,000-year existence. The holographic displays surrounding his command throne showed the systematic collapse of the most fearsome invasion force the galaxy had ever known, not through military defeat, but through something far more incomprehensible. "Would you mind," he chittered with forced calm to his intelligence officer, Valtek, "explaining to me why Battle Group 7 is currently dropping from orbit in something called wingsuits?" Valtek's mandibles clicked nervously as he pulled up the relevant footage. On the screen, dozens of his species' finest warriors were plummeting through Earth's atmosphere, their chitinous forms wrapped in aerodynamic suits, whooping with joy into their communicators. "It appears, sir, that they've discovered what humans call extreme sports. They claim it provides a better adrenaline rush than planetary conquest." Adrenaline rush. A biochemical response to dangerous situations. Humans, it seems, are addicted to it. They've developed countless recreational activities specifically designed to trigger this response. Our troops found this concept fascinating. The Grand Admiral's antenna twitched spasmodically. "Surely this is just one isolated incident." "I'm afraid not, sir." Valtek pulled up more reports. Battle Group 3 has converted their dreadnoughts into what they're calling zero-gravity paintball arenas. They're booked solid for the next 3 cycles. Paint ball? A combat simulation using projectiles filled with colorful paint. Apparently, it's all the fun of war without the genocide. Valtek checked another report. Battle Group 5 has taken up something called competitive skateboarding. They're using their gravitational manipulation technology to create what humans call sick half-pipes across 17 star systems. Silthak slumped in his command throne. "What about our elite planetary devastation corps?" Sir, they've started an extreme cooking show." "What?" "Galactic Chef, Heat Death Edition. It's already the highest-rated show in 3 sectors. Turns out our plasma cannons are excellent for caramelizing Siami BRLE. Their signature dish is something called supernova spicy wings. Even humans find them challenging." The reports continued to flood in. Battle Group 2 had discovered human wrestling and started an interstellar lucha libre league. The Royal Guard had become professional stunt performers. An entire fighter wing was now operating deep space bungee jumping facilities. The Xenomorph breeding division had redirected its efforts to creating increasingly spicy hot sauces. "How?" Silthak whispered. "How did they corrupt our warriors? We are the Harvester Swarm. We've consumed 1,000 civilizations. Our battle cry freezes suns." "That's just it, sir," Valtek said, pulling up an analysis. "Every civilization we've encountered before either fought us or fled. The humans. They challenged us to what they call sick tricks and rad stunts. But our psychological warfare specialists said the humans had a critical weakness," Silthak protested. "Their irrational need to push boundaries, to seek thrills, to jump out of perfectly good spacecraft for fun." "Yes, sir. We thought we could exploit that weakness." Valtek's antennae drooped. "We didn't realize it was contagious." A junior officer burst into the command center. "Sir, Battle Group 1 has just announced." "Don't tell me," Silthak growled. "They've taken up base jumping? Mountain climbing? Volcano surfing?" "No, sir. They've started a streaming channel dedicated to something called Parker. They're using their enhanced chitinous forms to perform what humans are calling literally impossible acrobatic feats across urban environments. They have millions of subscribers and something called a Red Bull sponsorship. The Grand Admiral of the Harvester Swarm, Terror of the Outer Rim, Scourge of 1,000 Worlds, watched as another display lit up. "And what," he asked wearily, "is Battle Group 4 doing?" "They've discovered human action movies, sir. They're currently working with something called Hollywood to produce a film called Fast and Furious, Galactic Drift. Their natural ability to secrete high-octane biological fuel has apparently revolutionized the street racing scene." "Yes, sir. Caffeinated beverages with names like Monster and Red Bull. They're also proposing a galaxy-wide sporting event called the X Games, Xenomorph Edition. The prize pool is substantial. Silthak stared at the tactical display, watching as more and more of his invasion force succumbed to what he now recognized as humanity's most potent weapon, their inexplicable desire to throw themselves into increasingly dangerous recreational activities, coupled with their ability to make anything into marketable entertainment. "Sir," Valtek asked, "should I prepare the surrender documents?" "No," Silthak said finally, rising from his command throne. "Prepare my wingsuit. And perhaps see if there are any openings in that stunt performer school. I've always wanted to try something more extreme." The transformation of the Harvester Swarm was swift and total. Battle fleets became extreme sports teams. Invasion plans were converted into tournament brackets. The fearsome biological weapons labs now produced protein shakes and pre-workout supplements. The annual Xenomorph X Games became the most watched sporting event in galactic history. Turns out, having multiple limbs, enhanced strength, and natural armor made for some truly spectacular performances. The Swarm's natural ability to work as a hive mind revolutionized team sports. Their synchronized space diving demonstrations were particularly breathtaking. Former war queens became energy drink moguls. Breeding pits were converted into training facilities. The massive neural network that once coordinated invasions now managed tournament schedules and sponsorship deals. Years later, when asked how they had defeated the most powerful swarm consciousness in the galaxy without firing a shot, humanity's ambassador to the Intergalactic Extreme Sports Council simply smiled and said, "Turns out, even a hive mind can appreciate a good adrenaline rush." The former Harvester Swarm was officially rebranded as Team Xenomorph, pushing the limits of what's possible. Their slogan, "Why conquer worlds when you can drop from them?" became the most popular T-shirt in the galaxy. Grand Admiral Silthak, now known professionally as the Sil Enator, became the face of extreme sports across 17 galaxies. His signature move, the quantum backflip, performed while simultaneously existing in multiple dimensions, remained unmatched. His energy drink line, Swarm Fuel, Feel the Buzz, outsold all competitors. In the end, the galaxy learned an important lesson: never underestimate humanity's ability to turn anything, even a horror from beyond the stars, into an X Games athlete. The final proof of their victory came when the Swarm's traditional war cry was replaced with something even more terrifying: "Hold my beer and watch this." Epilogue: The evolution of species. The integration of the former Harvester Swarm into galactic sporting culture had some unexpected evolutionary consequences. Within a few generations, their natural armor had developed aerodynamic properties, their neural networks had optimized for calculating trajectory paths, and they had developed specialized organs for producing natural energy drinks. Xenobiologists called it the fastest directed evolution ever observed. The Swarm called it getting totally stoked, bro. And somewhere in the depths of space, on what used to be a planet-destroying battleship, now the galaxy's most extreme skate park, a young harvester drone asked its progenitor, "But what did we do before extreme sports?" The elder drone just shrugged its multiple shoulders and said, "Something boring about consuming worlds." Now watch this sick flip. The cosmic horror from beyond the stars had found something better than conquering the galaxy, going viral on Space YouTube with increasingly dangerous stunts. As humanity's first contact protocol now stated, if you can't beat them, sponsor them. The galaxy had never been the same. Or more entertaining.